spent 4 years planning kind of the house, so to speak, and Bill Fisher took about 2 weeks working with me to design the energy system. And that really is, in a nutshell, the effort you put into energy conservation. And so when you're looking at the house as a system and how it works, it was important for us to make sure that everything would balance. And you know, we didn't just say, okay, we need to be as energy efficient as humanly possible. We did need to recognize that we did need to live in this house. We needed to come home and raise our family in this house. So you have to ensure that though the sustainable aspects or the green design aspects are there, you also have the functionality aspects. The electricity is solar panels and generator, diesel generator, and that produces electricity. Both those produce electricity. That electricity is stored in batteries. Those batteries are then drawn from as we require power. Those are 865 watt Sharp panels, which are wired to produce 1,300 watts aggregate, and they produce at a voltage of 80 volts and 40 amps total out of each. So on a perfect day, that's what they'll put into my batteries. If I don't have to put it on a roof, then I'd just as soon not, just from access and maintenance, and I can tilt them. I can move the angle. So right now they're in the September 21 period, and as soon as December 21 hits, we'll shift them up again, and then in June we'll bring them back down again flatter. This house consumes probably on average 3 to 5 kilowatt hours a day. All that is through energy conservation, without sacrificing anything, but just energy conservation. That is the biggest key of going off the grid. Once you've brought your energy down to that, it's economic to make your own, so to speak, which is what the solar panels do. And they provide just enough power to charge the batteries, and the batteries then store enough power to run the house. And the heat from the home primarily is from the home in and of itself, from the passive solar design. On a day like today, our heating is not on, but we're maintaining 22 degrees, and that's because the way we've designed the layout of the house. And then beyond that, we have a wood stove upstairs. We have another one downstairs, and then when all else fails, so to speak, we also have propane central heat, and we can turn on the thermostat like any normal house, have it set at whatever we want. We're definitely in it together. There's no way Christina would have let me do this if she didn't believe in it as well. We both believe in it, and I would never recommend that people battle it out to go off the grid or to not go off the grid. You both have to want to do it. At first I told her, I said, no vacuum cleaner. We're not going to do a vacuum cleaner. She said, fine, then you go and sweep up. And so I finally considered saying, okay, well, I need a vacuum cleaner. So, we've got a vacuum cleaner and we use that. I'd have people consider those questions. Do you want something or do you need something? We've put everything in this house that we need. There's nothing in here we don't need. There is no sacrifice to the quality of life. We enjoy high-speed wireless internet and our television, and we cook food whenever we want it. I've got the crock pot on right now, cooking tonight's dinner. So there's no quality of life loss. We don't live in the dark, and we don't freeze in the dark either. We live very comfortable. Again, no sacrifices. There certainly is the butt of the jokes. You get a lot of jokes, but I like jokes because it shows that people are thinking about what you're doing, and it is in their minds. On dark days, snowy days, people will come up to me at work and say, "Oh, I guess you have no power right now." So they kind of are thinking about it in one respect. They may have it wrong in some cases, but at least they're thinking about it. That when there is a big power outage, people are going to bring their frozen meat here, and my mom and my dad and my friends are going to come over and camp out. And I am looking forward to that day, and I don't want to be mean about it, but I am, because it, in a sense, does somewhat validate what we did. Who's got the more reliable energy? The sun is going to always shine, the wind is always going to blow. Even if there's no diesel fuel to be put into my generator, I can still run my house off of my solar panels and eventually my wind turbine. Those things will never go away. I love the fact that I've done what I've done, because it makes me feel good. I have a high confidence that it's going to work. It has worked, and I know that, or at least I hope that the child that I've brought into this world is going to grow up feeling the same way.